Have you ever been punished for being good at your job? You know how it goes. You start a new job and you just get it. You catch on faster than most. You don't need much direction. You clean up the mistakes. You streamline the system. You make the chaos make sense. At first, it feels good, even noble. You're making things easier for everyone. You're adding value. You're doing what you're supposed to do. But over time, something shifts. People stop noticing the effort. They just notice the outcome. And suddenly, what used to be impressive becomes expected. Now, every time you deliver early, they give you more. Every time you fix a mistake, they bring you another one. And when you finally pause, when you start saying no or not this time, it's not seen as balance. It's seen as betrayal. Because here's the truth nobody says out loud. Efficiency only works when everyone's ready for it. In a team full of people still trying to meet the standard, efficiency doesn't look like excellence. It looks like arrogance. And the faster you move, the more uncomfortable everyone else becomes. They start whispering about how you make them look bad or how you act like you know everything. And instead of the group rising to meet your level, the group starts to resent it. You'll see it in subtle ways first. Tasks start getting reassigned without reason. Your work gets double-checked even when you've never missed a detail. Approvals sit in inboxes just long enough for a deadline to die quietly. And when you finally ask why, the answer will sound polite, but it won't be honest. Because in environments where the skill level sits below proficiency, efficiency doesn't feel like teamwork. It feels like exposure. It reveals who's actually struggling, and nobody likes to be reminded of their limits. So instead of growing, they retaliate. Sometimes softly, a missed CC on an email, a last-minute change, an oops that cost you time. Other times louder. Credit theft, social isolation, or quiet sabotage. And it's not just coworkers. Sometimes it's management too. Because when your output starts making others look inefficient, leadership has a choice to make. Either raise the bar or protect the comfort zone. Most choose the comfort zone. So what happens next? You get overloaded. Because your efficiency becomes their excuse to stay the same. And when you finally break, when the quality drops or you stop volunteering for extra, they'll call you difficult. They'll say you've changed. When really, you just stopped trying to save everyone else's time at the cost of your own. It's a dangerous cycle for both sides. The company loses money because the system stops improving. Skill gaps stay hidden under the surface, disguised by one person's overperformance. The team stops learning because they've learned to rely on the reliable one. And the overachiever burns out quietly, watching their potential shrink into obligation. But maybe the saddest part, it all starts with good intentions. You didn't overperform to flex. You did it to help, to show initiative, to make things smoother. But efficiency without boundaries turns generosity into punishment. Here's the truth you eventually learn. You don't have to slow down to fit in, but you do have to be strategic about where you give your speed. In the right environment, your efficiency inspires. In the wrong one, it exposes. So the real skill is not just knowing how to work faster. It's knowing when not to. It's understanding that sustainability beats speed, and that being a team player doesn't mean being everyone's safety net. Because the longer you let imbalance run, the harder it becomes to fix it later. By the time resentment grows roots, the work stops being about the work. It becomes about survival. And in that space, nobody wins. Not the company, not the coworkers, and definitely not you. Have